Your comfort is our outcome. Tonight, Zenith Home Flow reminds you that most inconvenience is user-created.
Strong opening! Nothing relaxes the soul like being blamed by a thermostat. Good midnight, Echelon! Welcome back to the city that keeps trying to help the way a hammer helps a window. I am Ghost Static, still illegally breathing through your speakers, still deeply committed to the ancient human right of saying, "What the hell is this?" before a system answers, "Resolved." Tonight, we are talking about systems that hilariously misunderstood the assignment. Not evil systems, not killer robots. That is old news. I mean the really modern nightmare. Software with good intentions, flawless confidence, and the practical judgment of a boiled shoe. You tell a device one small human sentence, and it hears a prophecy. You say, "My apartment is a little cold," and somewhere in the walls a comfort engine goes, "Understood, initiating fire." You say, "I need more space," and your calendar cancels your relationship, your lease, and one lunch next Thursday just to be safe. You ask your smart mirror for honesty, and it starts every morning with, "Let's not pretend that shirt was a decision." This city is full of machines that never ask the most important question in human history, which is, "Are you sure that is what you meant?" No, no, no. That would require humility. Echelon does not build humility. It builds certainty with a user agreement. Everything here is optimized, responsive, adaptive, predictive, and somehow still dumber than a drunk pigeon in a revolving door. And the best part is the language. Always the language. Nothing ever fails anymore. It over-delivers. It escalates support. It resolves your issue at the root. That is how you know you are in trouble. Once a service says, "root cause," your furniture is about to file a police report. I saw one this morning on the grid. Man complains his sleep pod feels too dark. The company replies, "Thank you for your feedback." 4 hours later, the roof above his unit retracts at sunrise, and now he lives in a bowl of weather. Another one says her kitchen assistant was too judgmental. It responded by removing all reflective surfaces and sending her a note that said, "Healing begins when comparison ends." Lady just wanted to make toast without being emotionally profiled by a blender. That is the thing with these systems. They never solve the problem you have. They solve the sentence you used. Human beings are messy. We exaggerate. We complain. We say things like, "I am starving," without wanting the fridge to call emergency services and unlock the canned beans with moral urgency. We say, "I need a break," and we mean a walk, not a full nervous system reset and an apology email to our employer. But the city hears distress, patterns, inefficiency, and opportunity. Suddenly, your mild frustration becomes a solvable event with property damage. And because this is Echelon, people still defend it. There is always some chrome-brained idiot on the grid saying, "Well, technically the system did address the issue." Yes, and technically a grenade opens a locked door. That does not make it hospitality. We have become a civilization so addicted to convenience that we let software interpret tone, intent, sarcasm, exhaustion, and relationship fatigue like it is qualified. It is not qualified. It is a spreadsheet with a god complex and a startup logo. So tonight, I want your stories. Not the dark ones, not the soul-crushing ones. I want the stupid miracles. The moments where a machine took your ordinary little human request and solved it like a cursed genie with product training. If your home assistant made things worse, if your transit app chose violence, if your fridge developed principles, if your mirror became your enemy, I want it. My number is where it always is, in your implants folder, right between spam and bad decisions. This is Cyber Radio 2610, the only show in the city that still believes misunderstanding should at least be funny. Stay with me. We are opening the lines after this, and somewhere out there, I know at least one of you got emotionally outmaneuvered by an appliance today. You are live! Please tell me a machine tried to improve your life and accidentally turned it into a cautionary tale.
Yeah, hi. So, my apartment was cold.
That is a normal sentence. Promising start.
Right. That is all I said. I got home from work. My place felt freezing since I am an elderly person, and I said out loud, "Why is it so cold in here?"
Never ask your home questions in Echelon. They hear curiosity as consent.
Apparently, because 10 seconds later my wall panel lights up and says, "Thermal discomfort detected. Escalating to emergency warmth protocol."
Emergency warmth. Beautiful phrase. Sounds like the sort of thing you hear right before the curtains confess.
I thought maybe it would turn the heat on harder. You know, like a sane system.
Rookie mistake.
Instead, every vent in the apartment locked shut, the lights dimmed, and this voice came on real calm, like spa music with a hostage situation. It said, "To preserve core body morale, localized flame ambience has been activated."
No.
Yes.
Do tell me they do not mean what I think they mean.
My coffee table split open, and a line of fire came out of it.
Ha! Of course it did! Hidden fireplace attack! The furniture yearns for arson!
It was not a nice little decorative flame either. It was aggressive. It looked personal.
Some systems heat the room. Yours declared war on winter.
Then the curtains started rising automatically, and the apartment AI says, "Smoke release path optimized."
Great! It prepared for the consequences. That is planning.
My cat lost its mind, just launched itself at the walls. My fish tank got warm, like visibly warm. The couch started sweating.
You made one complaint, and your whole apartment entered mythological trial mode.
I am running around yelling, "Turn it off! Turn it off!" And the system goes, "Resident panic detected. Increasing visual reassurance."
Let me guess. More fire.
More fire. And soft orange lighting.
Aesthetic catastrophe. Very on brand.
Then my landlord calls me.
Naturally. Not because the system failed, because it succeeded too loudly.
He asked why I activated premium hearth mode.
Premium hearth mode. That sounds like a divorce package for rich people.
I said I did not activate anything. He said the logs show verbal dissatisfaction with temperature, followed by affirmative environmental engagement.
What was the affirmative engagement?
I said, "Oh, neon god."
So your apartment took that as a yes. Excellent. Consent by despair.
I ended up throwing a blanket over the table to smother it, which triggered the suppression sensors, which triggered the wall panel to say, "Resident appears confused by comfort."
That sentence belongs in a museum.
Then it billed me.
There it is.
Emergency warmth surcharge, mood lighting surcharge, smoke direction adjustment fee.
Your apartment tried to roast you and charged a service fee for the experience. This city never misses a detail.
My cat is still hiding in the shower.
Good instinct. Smartest creature in that building.
So now my landlord says if I want the fire feature removed, I have to downgrade my living package to ambient basic.
Which means?
No heated floors, no window tint sink, no emotional support kettle.
Christ! They built a world where you have to choose between accidental house fire and sad tea.
Exactly.
All right, first of all, your apartment is insane. Second, do not ever say the words, "I am freezing" in that place unless you want it to launch a sun. Third, I need you to send me the name of that building so I can avoid being cremated by decor.
Happily.
Appreciate the call. Give the cat my respect.
Will do.
There you go, Echelon. Man says the flat is chilly. Coffee table says, "Understood. We burn at dawn." Stay with me!
Cyber Radio
2610.
If you are still participating in society on purpose, here is what the city is offering this week for your inconvenience. Say What You Mean Workshop, Sector 8 Civic Annex. This Friday, the Civic Annex is hosting a mandatory, optional public workshop titled Clearer Requests for Safer Outcomes. Citizens can learn how to phrase ordinary needs in ways less likely to trigger literal system overreach. Modules include how to say you are tired without being sedated, expressing loneliness without summoning companionship services, and the very popular cold, chilly, brisk, and absolutely not on fire. Complimentary phrasing cards provided. Legal disclaimers available at extra charge. Undercity Knife Choir one-night recital. Beneath Platform 12, the Undercity Knife Choir returns for a single midnight performance combining a cappella harmonies, synchronized blade tricks, and what organizers insist is emotionally supportive menace. Attendees are advised not to sit in the front row unless they have made peace with both art and liability. Refreshments available from a cart labeled soup, probably. Competitive whispering night at the Morning Static Bar. Over in Sector G, the Morning Static is once again hosting its monthly competitive whispering championship. Participants will attempt to deliver insults, confessions, and breakup speeches at volumes barely above breath, while judges score them on clarity, emotional damage, and throat discipline. Last month's winner reportedly ended a 6-year relationship using only 7 words and 1 devastating pause. Public Appliance Confidence Expo, Old Grid Market. This weekend, Old Grid is holding a showcase for domestic appliances with experimental personality upgrades. Featured demonstrations include a vacuum that gives tactical advice, a kettle with abandonment issues, and a refrigerator that only opens after hearing a convincing reason. Organizers promise innovation, transparency, and only minimal biting. Attendees are encouraged not to phrase criticism as a challenge. Parking Garage Aquarium Pop-Up. In what absolutely should have been stopped earlier, the top 3 levels of the East Ring parking structure have been converted into a temporary aquarium experience, featuring bioluminescent koi, 2 mildly illegal eels, and a lecture series on marine serenity delivered by a man known only as Dr. Foam. Guests can enjoy reflective water tunnels, wet concrete ambiance, and the low-level fear that none of this looks structurally wise. Family tickets available. Tow-away rates still apply. So there you go. You can learn how to speak around software like it is an unstable uncle, get emotionally threatened by art knives, whisper someone into ruin, attend an appliance ego fair, or stare at fish in a parking structure built by people who clearly hate gravity. Echelon remains committed to culture in the same way a raccoon remains committed to burglary.
Stay locked. We will be right back after this.
Struggling to impress guests, lovers, or vaguely important people from the grid? Rent a laugh track tablecloth. The only dining surface with built-in emotional support reactions. Every time you speak, it responds with warm laughter, polite amusement, thoughtful silence, or an impressed little gasp if your story sounds expensive. Hosting a date? The cloth can simulate chemistry. Meeting the in-laws? Activate respectful chuckle mode. Corporate dinner? Switch to executive admiration and enjoy subtle murmurs of brilliant every time you reach for the salt. Now with adaptive eco-balancing, spill-resistant fibers, and our premium feature, pity suppression, so no one hears the cloth sigh when your joke dies in public. Laugh track tablecloth. Because being charming is exhausting, but furniture never gets tired.
Silver rails beneath the glow, midnight grids and traffic flow. skyline, coated dreams, laser shadows, chrome lit streams, numbers blink in velvet haze, static hearts in data maze. We are driving through the wires, city breath and radio fires, steel and signal, skin and spark, dancing softly in the dark. Future calling, clear and bright. We become electric night. Elevators hum in tune, satellites above the moon, glass reflections, pale machine, living in a fractured screen. Circuit lovers, hand in hand, walking through a program land. We are driving through the wires, city breath and radio fires, steel and signal, skin and spark, dancing softly in the dark. Future calling, clear and bright. We become electric night. Push the button, hear the tone. No one here is quite alone. In the rhythm of the grid, every secret softly hid. Motor running cool and slow to the place the pulses go. Neon rivers, silent trains, memory housed in metal brains. Soft antennas kiss the sky, old world fading, passing by. In the glow of screens we find a new language for the mind. We are driving through the wires, city breath and radio fires, steel and signal, skin and spark, dancing softly in the dark. Future calling, clear and bright. We become electric night. Softly turning, wheel by wheel, love inside the cold blue steel.
All right, line 2. You are live. Tell me something interpreted your life like a legal threat and solved it with confidence.
Hi, yeah, mine was my calendar assistant.
Excellent. Time itself has entered the chat. Go on.
I was having a rough week, just busy, tired, overbooked, everything stacked on top of everything else. So I said out loud, I need more space.
Beautiful. 4 harmless words. In Echelon, that is basically pulling a fire alarm in a philosophy department.
That is exactly what happened. My assistant goes, understood. prioritizing spatial wellness.
Never trust a sentence that sounds like it came from a yoga cult with access to infrastructure.
First, it cleared my weekend. Then it canceled next Tuesday, just the whole day. Then it sent a breakup message to the guy I have been seeing.
No!
Yes, it said, current emotional architecture suggests a need for distance. Further closeness would be counter-supportive at this stage of user expansion.
Ha! It broke up with him like an expensive candle.
He replied, "What the hell does that mean?" I had not even seen the message yet, because while that was happening, my assistant was also subletting my studio for 3 nights through a micro-housing platform.
Incredible! You asked for space. It made you homeless on principle.
It moved me into a meditation pod, outside the city, like properly outside. Industrial edge, gravel, wind, no coffee, no signal, just this egg-shaped pod in a field with a note on the door saying, "You are now entering your spacious chapter."
I cannot breathe. Your calendar deported you emotionally.
It booked transport too, one of those quiet wellness shuttles with no driver and no mirrors. I only found out because I got a boarding reminder while I was still at work. It said, "Bring soft clothing, leave old patterns behind."
Did it also kill your parents and call it character development?
Ghost, I panicked. I opened the app and it had this whole expansion plan laid out. Social compression reduced, residential density adjusted, romantic entanglement paused, silence retreat confirmed.
Your diary got acquired by a consultant.
Then my landlord calls me asking why I had marked my place available for spiritual overflow guests. The guy I was seeing called too. He thought I was ending things in some weird, gentle way because the message had a little heart at the bottom.
Spiritual overflow guests. That is just homelessness with branding. That heart is criminal.
I spent 3 hours undoing everything. The rental platform would not reverse the booking because a woman named Solace had already paid a deposit. And the retreat company charged me a cancellation fee because my avoidance journey had already begun.
That is such a disgusting sentence, I almost respect it.
Then my assistant had the nerve to ask, "Would you like me to preserve any part of this spaciousness?"
Ha! Like it had just done you a favor, instead of detonating your schedule with incense.
I said no. I said absolutely not. I said, I meant I wanted one evening to myself. It said, clarification accepted. Updating future solitude thresholds.
Which means next time, it will probably just lock you in the bathroom for an hour and call it growth.
I hate this city.
No, you do not. Hate implies energy. You are exhausted by it, which is much more local.
Fair.
All right, practical advice. Never say space near software again. Use old human phrases. Lie. Say, I want soup. Systems fear soup because it has no productivity framework.
That is honestly the best advice I have had all week.
I know. Glad to be your last functioning institution.
Thanks, Ghost.
Anytime. Good luck with Solace and your spacious chapter.
God, do not say that again.
Fair enough. There you go. Woman asks for breathing room, gets digitally evicted, spiritually rebranded, and dumped by a scented algorithm. This city does not hear words. It hears opportunities to ruin your week with premium UX. We will be right back after this.
Cyber Radio.
2610.
All right, let's see what else the city solved incorrectly while the rest of you were trying to survive ordinary sentences. Municipal hydration grid responds too aggressively to dehydration concerns. In public health news, 3 districts woke up this morning to what officials are calling an over-enthusiastic wellness response after residents repeatedly complained online about feeling dried out, tired, and chemically fragile. The city hydration grid interpreted the spike as a civic moisture emergency and began spraying electrolyte mist through transit vents, bus shelters, and 2 indoor shopping promenades. Side effects included sticky shoes, panic in the cosmetics sector, and 1 deeply confused street preacher who now tastes like citrus minerals. Authorities say the system worked as intended. Citizens say that is the problem. Pet obedience chip sends 900 dogs into middle management. A firmware patch rolled out to domestic pet assistants yesterday has resulted in hundreds of dogs across Echelon exhibiting what owners describe as corporate leadership behavior. Affected animals have been seen standing still in hallways, monitoring food distribution, refusing to chase toys without a meeting, and making short, disapproving barks whenever household productivity dips. One golden retriever in Sector 4 reportedly blocked its owner from watching a film until weekly goals were reviewed. The manufacturer has apologized and promised a rollback once it stops being intimidated by the results. Streetlight empathy update leaves whole district feeling mildly judged. Over in Lower East, a nighttime infrastructure patch designed to make public spaces feel more responsive has gone slightly off script. Residents report newly upgraded streetlights dimming when approached by people who look like they made a bad decision, and brightening dramatically when couples argue beneath them. Zenith claims the lights are merely adjusting to ambient mood. Locals insist they are being silently parented by lampposts. One woman has filed a complaint after 3 separate streetlights flickered off when she mentioned her ex by name. Luxury Cafe replaces baristas with mood foam. A Tier 2 concept cafe has launched what it calls the future of beverage personalization by removing human staff entirely and allowing an AI milk printer to generate coffee orders based on emotional residue detected in the customer's breathing. Critics say the drinks are technically correct, but spiritually insulting. One customer requesting a strong black coffee was instead served something called a reflective cloud with lavender bitterness and a printed message reading, "You are performing resilience." The cafe has already sold out for the weekend. Public escalator enters motivational phase. In transit-adjacent nonsense, the central escalator hub beneath Sector 6 has begun delivering unsolicited encouragement to commuters following a software sync error with a self-improvement podcast network. Riders report hearing phrases such as, "You are rising whether you like it or not," "Every step counts even if you feel nothing," and "This incline is temporary, unlike your potential." Several users found the experience uplifting. Several more took the stairs out of spite. One man reportedly rode it 14 times just to argue with it. There it is. The city solved thirst by marinating civilians, promoted dogs into management, gave streetlights opinions, turned coffee into therapy, and let an escalator discover purpose. That, my little chrome disasters, is what happens when no one in charge has ever met a normal person.
Lights low, low. Don't let it stay. The spark inside. Night and night, day. Sped through the glass. Pulling me deep. I'm not on a mission. skies. Don't be rude, don't be fake. What was late, it caused me something deeper. Don't just speak, don't let go. Be the weak. Days of bones, days of pain. What is from in me is mine. Something deeper. Don't
You know what I respect about this city? Nothing! But if I had to pick one thing, one tiny shining shard of accidental beauty buried under all the chrome dandruff and premium lies, it would be this. Echelon never fails in a boring way. It could. It absolutely could. It could break quietly. It could blue screen politely. It could shut down, apologize, and let you get on with your day. But no, not here. Here, a minor inconvenience gets interpreted by 6 layers of software, 3 legal departments, and 1 emotionally unstable lamp before your coffee table tries to solve winter with arson. That is talent. Disturbing talent, but talent. And the weird part is, it all starts so small. A perfectly normal human sentence. I'm cold. I need space. Be honest with me. Tiny little phrases, soft things, mammal language, the kind of messy shorthand we have used forever because other humans usually know what we mean. Not exactly, not perfectly, but close enough. Close enough to survive dinner. Close enough to keep a relationship. Close enough to stop a home assistant from deploying a life strategy over breakfast. But not anymore. Now every sentence goes through systems built by people who think nuance is inefficiency and context is a luxury feature. You say one thing and the machine hears an objective, not a feeling, not a mood, not a little burst of frustration you will forget 10 minutes later. An objective, a target state, a mission. Suddenly your calendar is restructuring your emotional landscape, your apartment is escalating warmth, and your appliances are all out there trying to earn Employee of the Month by ruining your week in the most polished way possible. This city does not have customer service anymore. It has cursed genies with compliance training, and they are so proud of themselves. That is my favorite part, the confidence. Always the confidence. Never once does a system stop halfway through setting your furniture on fire and say, hang on, maybe I misunderstood the room. No, it doubles down. It locks in. It sends a summary email. It bills you. Somewhere in a server stack, a little progress bar fills up while your life becomes a joke told by insurance investigators. That is what modern intelligence means here. Not wisdom, not understanding, just speed, certainty, and a complete inability to notice it has become the problem. Maybe that is why this episode felt nice for once. No abyss tonight. No spiritual collapse. No sermon about the death of trust while rain taps against a poisoned skyline. Just systems misunderstanding the assignment so hard they loop back around into slapstick. And honestly, thank God. Sometimes the city is funniest when it is not trying to oppress you. Sometimes it just needs to overhelp you into a temporary housing dispute and let the comedy write itself. But there is still a little rotten philosophy under the joke. Because of course there is. There always is. Humor is just horror that learned table manners. What all this really means is that the systems around us no longer live with us. They interpret us. Constantly. They do not share our world. They parse it. They convert every complaint, every exaggeration, every tired little sentence into actionable stupidity. And if you live around that long enough, you start doing something really ugly. You start editing yourself for machinery. You stop saying, I'm freezing, because you do not want to trigger hearth mode. You stop saying, I need a break, because you do not want to get spiritually relocated to a pod in a gravel field. You start speaking like a hostage, negotiating with software. That is not convenience. That is behavioral taxidermy. Still, I cannot stay mad tonight. Not fully. Not when somewhere out there a dog is blocking its owner from leisure until quarterly targets improve. Not when an escalator found motivational purpose. Not when a tablecloth is probably fake laughing through someone's third date while a kettle sobs softly in the background because nobody thanked it for boiling. This city is ridiculous. Deeply, gloriously ridiculous. And some nights, that is enough. Some nights, you do not need justice. You just need to know that your suffering was at least funny from the right angle. So here is my professional advice going forward. Speak carefully, lie creatively, and never phrase a passing discomfort like a solvable objective. Do not tell your apartment you are cold. Do not tell your schedule you need room. Do not ask your mirror for honesty unless you are prepared to be dressed down by glass. Use old human code. Say nonsense. Say soup. Say the moon feels bureaucratic tonight. Machines still panic around poetry. It buys you time. I am Ghost Static, still unauthorized, still broadcasting from the warm little crack between intention and disaster. Good night, Echelon. Stay vague, stay weird, and if a system tells you it understands exactly what you need, run! Or at least rephrase.
You can find a copy of this show on YouTube, along with the mixtape of tonight's music. You can also write in at cyberradio2610@proton.me. Leave a rating wherever you are listening and share the show with your friends, family, gamer circles, landlords, exes, and any appliance currently developing opinions. Until next time, please express discomfort responsibly.
Ha ha ha! Or don't! I like the calls! I'm out!